today I want to walk you through the Proteus One. It's a device that I remember when I first had this, or I didn't have it, like actually it was the father of the girlfriend of my cousin who had it in his place. He was not a musician, but somehow he liked music a lot, and he liked technology. He was like into computers and stuff like that, and he had this one. And the only reason that I love going to that place was because I love to play this instrument. And at the time, the sound was actually really nice. It sounded, to me, very realistic. And I think for all the people that experienced this when it launched back in the 80s, by the end of the 80s, it sounded great. And if you have seen some of my videos, you can see like this is an instrument that can be easily used to create soundtracks and music for scores, for theater and stuff like that. So, or even if you just want to draft some music and then present it to an orchestra, this is a really nice device. The pianos sound amazing, or I remember they used to sound amazing. So I'm not gonna walk you through the whole presets because there are a lot, there are like 100 and something. But I'm just gonna be playing around with some of them, and I'm gonna stay with some of the ones that I like. Let's begin, and I'm gonna start with the piano, stereo piano, that is the 0 sound, number 0. The sensitivity of the piano is very good. I like the sound a lot. Let's go with whole strings. This is really cool. Nice. Let's go now with Inquire Irie, number 2. I always like these sounds, actually. Sounds very from the era, you know, like. Sounds very pretty. Big City Brass. Brass, most of the times, there is not one of the sounds that I think in digital is never been really good, but let's hear it. I mean, it doesn't sound like the real deal. I think it's easier to I think that, yeah, the strings and the pianos are way more realistic on this device. Let's go. I mean, maybe if you add some effects, it's gonna be better, but still sounds. The stereo sax. For house music, probably this is one of these instruments that it will be easy, you know, 80s house music. I mean, yeah. Acoustic guitar. Acoustic guitar is another one that could be a little tough, but I remember when I hear it on this, I was like, wow, you don't need a guitar player anymore, which is not the case, obviously. Doesn't sound bad. Number 6, modern guitar. Let's see. Again, if you put some effects on it, I think it will do the job. Thunder bass. Okay, let's go a little more down here. Mini Moog bass. It sounds actually really good. I have Vienna in my mind because I've been working on that song. I mean, I don't know why I didn't use this one. Actually, it sounds really good. B3 mode Leslie. Oh, this is a Hammond organ. Phantazia number 10. This cannot be more 80s, right? Super 80s. Number 11, soundtracks with C. This has, for me, the very nostalgic element of this instrument. It reminds me a little bit of Prefab Sprout or Thomas Dolby, who was the producer of Prefab Sprout. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Prefab Sprout. Number 12, Vibe and Me. This could be like for a nice lounge sound. Tiki thread. Not bad as well, I like it. Rock drums. And something cool about this is that, yeah, if you wanted to make a whole song with orchestra, piano, some kind of synths or synthesized sounds, and also drums, you can have drums. So let's play this. And then you have percussions in addition to that. You have a more rock. Some toms. Very nice, actually. This is really good. Okay, let's go with Metal Vapor. This could be for a horror movie, actually. But then we go to heaven. Or not. not bad. Verb flute. We have electric piano, which is probably like a Rhodes. Sounds more like a Wurlitzer, let's see. Like a... It's not exactly Rhodes, neither Wurly, but... And again, I think if you add effects on this, you will get a better sound here. Horn, number 19, F horn section. Let's see. Yeah, again, the horn section is always a little tricky to me. Still, if you're doing demos with this, I think you get a very big approach. Or if you are on a low budget, this is the way to go, you know. And you have some hits. Okay. If you do it soft, it keeps the key. But then... So that's good if you're doing some jazz from the 60s. Not bad. Okay, stereo mutes. It's almost impossible to play this with this sound. Anyways, that's a... This is Stones based on Harmonies, number 22. Then you get... You can do some Jaco Pastorius kind of thing with this one. Slap pop bass, number 23. Actually, this is one cool thing about this, that you can keep playing and just like having a good time with this instrument. This is cool. Rap bass. Or you can do some techno with this, not only rap. Special effects, number 25. Great for horror films. You have the killer approaching. You're nervous, you're cooking, and then, you know, something bad is about to happen. Yeah. What was that? So even you have sound effects, which is really cool. Harmonic Synth, number 26. Da, da, da. Okay, yeah, we can. This is very 80s. This is super 80s, so you can make a very nice retro song. Beyond FM, number 27. This could be something that could be part of the Nightmare on Elm Street soundtrack or something. Number 28, Kyoto Forest. This sounds like something that could be big in Japan, I think reminds me of something like that. Balinesia. Latin drums. I like this one a lot. I used to make a lot of house music with like Latin sounds, so I would love to have this at the time. I never owned one. This is the first one that I got. This is really cool, actually. I mean, if you don't have a percussionist, you can go with this. Wind chimes, number 31. Again, this can be horror movie. If you're watching probably with high volume, people are gonna freak out that you're listening to this. Good. Harpsichord, number 32. Very nice. It reminds me of this song. Well, you might get the idea. Let's go with string orchestra. And I love the strings on these are actually really good. Number 34, human voices. Depeche Mode has something like this for It Doesn't Matter song on Black Celebration. I doubt they use this because this is a later instrument, but probably they sample something similar. 35, baritone sax. Here you have the sax. If you add reverb on these, probably sounds pretty decent. Solo trumpet. I mean, trumpet. Again, I think brass are a little more difficult on this one, but the strings are always beautiful. This is a 12 string, this is a guitar. Modern harp. I hear this sound in a lot of modern songs, pop songs. Yeah, this sounds actually modern to me now. And the name says it all, modern harp, so it's still modern, number 38. Number 39, string, bass, piano. Let's go down. This is too much. Oh, we have the bass here. We have a mythical path. This sounds actually really nice for soundtrack music. Piano bell, and I think we're gonna do a couple of more sounds and then we're gonna stop because there's a lot to cover. I might do a second part. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a second part of this, exploring other sounds, the rest of the sounds. Now we're in 41. I'm gonna go to 45 and I'm gonna keep it there. But if you want a second and a third part, let me know so I can explore all the presets on this instrument. Very nice. Number 42, No Way. It's like a voice there. Okay, you can do things with that. I'm pretty sure with effects it's gonna be nice. Number 43, Empyrean. This can be another horror thing. I don't know, it sounds to me like that. Maybe circus horror music or something like that. Number 44, Glocken. Yeah, I mean, these sounds are actually really nice. And the last we're gonna explore today is number 45, White Marimba. Oh, this sounds already like... The marimba is an easy sound actually to reproduce on digital. I mean, you can use it for Enya if you want. And with this, we are finalizing our first part, or maybe the last one. You let me know if you want me to keep exploring the second part and the third part, because I think it's like 140 something. Let me see, actually. Yeah, it's 191 sounds. So if you want me to keep going with other parts of this, and I mean, I'm gonna play it around, you know, I have some recreations to make, so it will be recreation, then we go with another part, another recreation, and so on. So you don't get bored of 3 parts in a row. But if you want me to keep exploring this in the future, for the rest of the sounds, again, where we ended in number 45 of the presets, you let me know and I can do that. Let me know your thoughts. I find it actually more useful today than I thought. I bought it and actually I got it in something like around 90 bucks. And that's one of the good things too. This is still not a super popular instrument. And maybe because you can find a lot of digital sounds on Logic and Ableton and any other DAWs. But if you want the hardware, it's really nice to have it. You can have it as MIDI and hook it to your keyboard. Actually, I did another video there that probably you watch on Shorts on how to turn your keyboard into a controller to use the Proteus. And let me know in the comments what you think about this video. Also, I would like to remind you about my Patreon. If you are subscribed, you're seeing that you can have access to the free stems of my recreations, and you can see some of the videos in advance before it is published on YouTube. So if you want to be part of Patreon, I invite you to join and you will get some of these perks. And don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I'm almost hitting 10,000 subscribers, which I'm really happy for that. So thank you so much for all the support with this channel. And see you in another nostalgic exploration.